Kenny, how good did you think DeAndre Hunter was? I know what the box score says, but how good did you think he was for you guys today?
I was just telling Kobe, everyone's going to talk about kind of the clutch shooting and the big threes, but I thought even, earlier on in the game when DG was struggling, like he just, like you've been saying in your blog or whatever the hell it is, or Substack, whatever. Like he can go get his own a little bit. He's got a 2 or 3 dribble pull up, and he carried us in every way. No way we get this win without him.
What did you make of the offense in the first half? Did you think it was a case of just not making shots that you liked the looks, or was it something else?
They pressured the heck out of us, and the team pressures you so much, and you don't have the juice or the energy, A, to get open, B, to go by them, C, to screen them when they are on you. We weren't, our energy level was half of theirs, and then they pressure the heck out of you, and and then we just had Darius dribbling around the whole time and taking tough shots. So I thought better job in the second half, better job of screening, better energy, better offensive energy, and we got out and scored on the break a little bit.
Kenny, you talked about before the game that you didn't have to give them a speech before the game. Was there one?
I should have. Next time I will. I don't know. It's just sports psychology, human psychology. Come off a huge win. Now you got to play a hungry, evolving team, a team that's playing really good basketball, 11-4. Over their last 15, we come out, not focused and not high energy. It's kind of normal what happened, but for us to make that comeback, cause I didn't think we were going to win the game. I really didn't. I said this is one of those games we just don't have it. But like Dan said, I think DeAndre really kind of took us from the abyss and got us the W.
Have you been a part of a game that had 70 combined free throw attempts taken?
I'll just leave that alone. The game was so choppy, and I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the film. We have great referees in this league. I just thought tonight it wasn't a great spectacle for the fans or for the media, for us as coaches. It would just seem like it was constant stoppage. I'll just leave it at that.
You mentioned you didn't think you were going to win this game. How hard of a win was this, considering you were down 18 in the second half there? You made that big run to get back in. Just how tough of a win was this for you?
Yeah, because we came back a couple of times, and then they take it back up. And when you do that, you only have so much energy in a game. So to come back twice, I think that was the third comeback. That's really hard to do. So that's as difficult as a comeback as you can have.
You mentioned you didn't give the speech. Next time you might think about doing that. But just when you have games that don't go as smoothly as you're accustomed to with the way you guys have played at a high level this season, how nice is it to maybe having some teaching tape for your team with a positive result?
Yeah, we'll have a lot of teaching tape on that one. I would just say overall we just didn't play well. And forget the energy, right? Execution, offensive execution, defensive execution, switching, rebounding. Gave up some really atrocious offensive rebounds to them. We get a stop, they come in, tip, we don't hit a body. So, we'll learn from it. It'll be a great teaching tape.
Mark, is it 2 games in a row now, Coach, where you, before Evan fouled out, closed with DeAndre before and Evan at the 5, and even for a little bit, I think you went centerless with D at the 5. What is it about that pairing in particular, from a defensive standpoint, that you feel like you can sacrifice having Jared on the floor?
Yeah, it's just so hard because teams like this, they downsize. Maybe Boston will go big, and but this team, they got 5 guards out there, and just sometimes you need perimeter foot speed to guard them. But we did start Jared at the beginning of the overtime. I thought that helped us, right? We couldn't you can only stay small so long, just sustain that defensively and rebounding wise. So we did that, but yeah, they kind of forced us into that small ball game. But it's a luxury with Dean, Dean's size and DeAndre's size that we can do that and not get hurt too bad.
And they had Kamara pressuring DG.
Oh man.
For most, I would say most casual basketball players, I don't know who Kamara is, but he seems to be as effective as that full court pressure now.
Yeah.
As anybody.
And I would just say generally, this is a kind of a new trend in the NBA, especially with these younger teams. They press you full. It's like college. Like I'm not used to it. I was like, man, they're pressing every full court the whole game, and there's a couple other teams that have done that to us this year. Obviously, they knew Donovan was out, so to try to wear DG down. But even when Donovan plays, sometimes you play these athletic teams with long wings and guys that can pressure the ball. They give you big time headaches.
Cameron.
I like Max was that initial spark late in the game to kind of breathe some life into the team, and then getting the boards on both sides of the ball. What did you like from him tonight?
Well, the players were calling him, what do they call him, Wild Thing? He just we needed that tonight, right? His clutch shot making, his rebounding. That was kind of perfect Max game, right? It was chaotic. It was a little crazy. Referees. We had the whole thing going on with him, but he thrives in games like that. It's like he's foaming at the mouth, like, yes, this is it's his comfort zone, and we don't win without that corner three hit was probably the biggest shot of the game. That's why we love him. He's such a gritty, winning basketball player.
We talk about him so much, but Jerome, how has he been able to be so consistent for you guys on that?
I don't know. You expect a dip at some point, and he just keeps going. He just keeps going up, and again, no one would expect that we're finishing games with him. Like I said, probably in the beginning of the year was not in a rotation, and now he's finishing games. So we needed his ball handling tonight. We needed his moxie, his grit. Someone said he had some outrageous potential assists, 19 potential assists or something crazy. So I could, don't quote me on that, but he's phenomenal. And 6 steals, did he have? Or really playing great basketball.
Rich.
Tonight, Evan Mobley fouled out for, I think, might be his first time in his career ever. But when he got that 5th foul, can you talk about the trust that you had in him because he stayed out for a long time before he eventually
Yeah,
got 6?
and you could argue, Coach, do you protect him a little more? I could, and I know you're not doing that, but we went back and forth, and I just felt like the game was in the balance, and he's such a smart player. I felt pretty comfortable with it. I am kicking myself maybe for running that play for him, and where he got the charge, and Abdia was on him, so that's a little. But these are the games you play as a coach. Keep them in, take them out, protect them. Felt like we needed them, but yeah, we trust him in those situations.
And going back to the 6 steals of Ty, just the way he's played defense, I think hasn't really been talked about too much this year. You had him on Tatum in the 4th quarter last game. Tonight he's bodying up guys like Abdia and Sharp, some of those bigger guys.
Yeah.
Just how have you seen him work on that end of the floor, just as a body in the way?
I think you make a really good. He's like a wing, right, because of his size. So you can't just bully him. He can stand his ground. He's 6'5", 6'5.5", and it's a real credit. I said this a lot this year, but a credit to he's improved his strength. He's improved his mobility. He's improved his athleticism. He's made an extreme commitment to the weight room and the performance room, and our performance team has done a great job with him. I felt like when I was in Golden State, I was like, man, I'm not sure about his athleticism, like at that, at the next level. Hell of a basketball player, but can he compete athletically, especially defensively? But you combine the intelligence with his improvement in his strength and athleticism. Now you got a darn good defender.
Rich. Jackson.
Going back to Mike's question,
Yeah.
DeAndre had about a 2-minute stretch where he played center in the 4th quarter,
Yeah.
also started at the 3, played a lot of the 4. How important is his positional versatility?
Man, I didn't feel like we're at a deficit with him at the 5, especially they have 5 guards out there. You know, when Klingham was out, Camera's basically at the 5, so I didn't. But like I said, I keep saying 7'2" wingspan, physical, can guard 1 through 5. I don't feel bad when they switch on him. They try to roll him down to the basket. He could play small ball 5 easily, no problem.
So you guys were up 3. You decided to foul.
Yeah.
It came back to bite you to go to overtime. Do you second guess the decision, or do you just trust the process and the numbers?
Trust the process, and it's probably on the limit of when you foul. You probably maybe want to clock down a little bit. So I guess the rule is under 10. Like if it's in the, but I felt like because we have a great free throw shooting team, I always feel like DG's 90%. So we're playing the numbers there. Usually he makes 2 and we're off and we win the game. So I don't regret it.